Hi. It's the most normal hi. Yes, hello and welcome to Call of Cthulhu. There's no... Yeah, Call of Cthulhu. Welcome, yes. Uh, I... I just... This is a game I got, I believe, to a Humble Bundle many years ago by now. And I never played it. Never, even though I like Lovecraftian horror. Even though I'm always interested in it. I'm always like... I wish I could know more about it, but I don't really want to read all the books because they're old. But at the same time, just letting this game rot in my Steam library, like all the other games I own. Pierce Investigation Agency, Boston. Edward Pierce, veteran of First World War, down to memory, liquor, and sleeping pills. He's now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Yes. It's a Cthulhu-like game. A Lovecraftian horror game. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who, in his callousness, can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Sanity is not allowed in Lovecraftian horror. That is one thing we do not do. Big part about Lovecraftian horror to me is the fact that it brings insanity. These things are so incredibly horrendous to us that just knowing them, just witnessing them, just completely drives us mad, even though they are so far away. I mean, probably everyone on the, most people on the internet are gonna know who Cthulhu is, roughly. But, I also think a lot of people don't know just how, it's a god. It's not like a powerful fish creature. It's an actual outer god that's just floating about in space, who would destroy Earth in a fucking heartbeat if he would actually be close enough. But instead he's limited because, he's so far away. I believe they struggle finding Earth. Not going through here? Yep, not going through here. Into the fog we go! They're just so incredibly powerful that it's just difficult for us to even understand what the fuck they are. And it's so difficult that we just go mad. We just go insane. Lamp. Must light the item up. Lamp. Hello. We got a lamp. We cannot jump. We got a bolt cutter. Neat. We can also hold up our lamp. Make it a bit brighter. Can we put the lamp away? Doesn't look like it right now, at least. Yay!
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
In your wake? Cthulhu, is that you? Are you waking up? I actually don't know too much about Cthulhu. I know there's a poem.
What a putrid offering.
There is a sort of poem that in his house in my left, Cthulhu lies dreaming or something, which I translated by hand once, because it's written in
You have been chosen.
Willithian. It's written in their own language, and I actually translated it by hand once simply because I just felt I don't know.
Behold,
Oops.
everything has already been written.
Is that us?
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I Cthulhu-like man. Ow. Ow. Oh, it wasn't us. So we have been chosen by something, apparently. Yeah, it was probably not the whiskey that made it go that bad. Yeah, we've been chosen, maybe by an outer god, maybe by something lesser than that. Can I have my music back? Didn't actually
I
need to
should
turn
get
off.
rid of all this stuff.
Paid
Natural
investigation roll.
sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Our owner, who hired me, didn't like the way I closed his case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Not leaving. Got a phone to pick up.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader. Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Oh.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Like the voices are a bit quiet compared to everything else, though. Can I turn them up? Would have to turn. Okay, we turn this up. We turn this down a little. That should be a bit better. Everything? Nope.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Ooh. Um. I'm a bit scared about the fact that I have skills already. God, sanity, mental trauma. Don't have any information yet. Places, occult, clues, inventory. We have skills, implying we can lose them. Because otherwise, we wouldn't have skills already. Also, do not abbreviate character points. Come on, man. Come on. Never. We never abbreviate those kinds of things. Oh god. Lighter, my old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Pierce Investigations Agency, my private detective agency, contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other: adultery, settled scores, disappearances. That are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine, for the moment. This grabs me. It does remind me though, there is a tabletop RPG called Call of Cthulhu, right? Is this based on that? Because it could be. It would explain why we start with points already, because usually in a tabletop RPG you already have points and some skills. You don't start with like 8 on every stat, you always start with a little bit in some stat, which just mostly seems to make sense for our character. Mental trauma. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He's one of a few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades, without food or medical supplies. The soldiers were considered as lost by the fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Sanity, stable. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigations by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Here's Investigations Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, then memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? I got 4 Discord pings. What the hell is going on? I got a ping here because Iconic went live. Fair. I got a notification here because that is my own notification because I'm live. Yeah, that makes sense. I have Woomy being upset at me. I have Ryan calling me stinky. That's nothing new. And I have this guy who can annoy. Hehe. Actually, I do need to. Whiskey? Fuck yeah! This will affect your destiny. Fuck it! You can't just hand me some whiskey. Fuck yeah! More! More? Well.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
I make great choices.
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctor prescribed them while I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while, their effects have been wearing off. Sleeping pills. Used with caution. Well, that might be why. Hey, how's it going, lads?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce? Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective
Yes.
Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh. So this is perception, this is charisma, this is obviously strength, this is investigation, and what the fuck's psychology? Perception is always great. There we go. Yep.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up.
High perception is always great.
And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show
Fair
yourself
point.
worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Just hang up. Let's look at
I'm coming.
chances. Oh, someone's at the door. That's right. Hello. Who are you? Ooh, you're fine looking, man.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Yeah. I drank a little.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and
Bernard.
art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find
we might
out
be able
the
to.
truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Put it on my sleeping place. How was I supposed to sleep there?
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Thank you. Are you just leaving now? You can't leave. I need you. Okay, thank God. Okay, we have a painting. Can we leave? Can I have some more whiskey? Sorry, I can't work while I'm not, you know, I'm not just, oh yeah, whiskey. Don't tell my friends. They're gonna call me an alcoholic again. They might have a point, but you know. Yep. Investigation.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Files on the Sarah Hawkins case. A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they, nevertheless, insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life there with their only son, Simon.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Something's not right with the story. Is it? Sure.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory.
Oh yeah.
Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things?
Well, if you
What do
see
you
a
mean by
demon,
that?
you're gonna burn it.
I never knew what she meant by that.
Oh, well,
My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
I guess you're not as clever as you think, then. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
I will.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Sounds like a dark place. Find out about Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Why can't you do it?
The sender's label.
That's right.
And you
that is go to...
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
I mean, if her visions are occult related...
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of the small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Okay, I'm not allowed to drink my whiskey. Damn it. Come on! Just a little bit, just a tiny sip. How did I do that? How did I pull out my lighter? Light, middle mouse button. It is not a button I like for having my light, honestly. Maybe I should have checked the controls in advance. Lean forwards with my mouse button. Shoot! Okay, we'll get a gun, that's lovely. Not like guns, but you know. So they prayed to Cthulhu and the daughter had visions, but she does not come from Darkwater, so... It's possible that the guy who hired us was a cultist at one point. The Learning of Medicine Volume 1. Eden's work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all the illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Oh, so we made progression in medicine because we just read the entire book out of... Oh god damn it. A lot of fun. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, he died in a fire that claimed his whole family. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for a tortured artistic universe, she was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I'd paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known for her party going, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers, and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death and fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of a ship. Okay. the heir of a ship owner family. He used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote islands of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Might be a bit of a dangerous age, but I think could possibly be fine. A wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. The island of Darkwater. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island, whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of raiders who set up supply posts there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on this island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artists, for some reason, overprice the process for others. Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extracted from the notebooks of Edward Pierce, private detective. Clues. Painting by Sarah Hawkins. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and a child. Names can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter. Well, there are fire, and they did die in a fire, so it could be a eldritch being that set a fire and killed them. Fire powers. And I already read all of these. Right, let's go. We're leaving. Goodbye. I gained 1 character point. Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbed painting. In a shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of the islands of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. I also like that the continue button is not continue, but enter madness.
Almost there.
Call of Cthulhu. We arrived.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
I don't have to stay on board. I'm a passenger, not a...
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget.
I would watch your
Charles
feet. This
Hawkins
is not a
may have
great
been a
port.
landlubber, but he was a good man.
Or a great place at all. What the fuck is it? Even more wonderful
And his
than I thought
wife,
it would be.
Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman. And a great painter. What a tragedy.
New place discovered.
You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up.
I'll go.
Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Jump into the water. Go to the bar. Can I talk with you, sir? No. Lamp. Can I steal a lamp? Nope. Why is it glowing green? Are we gonna talk about that? I appreciate that the light just gets brighter when I go. The world gets brighter if I go into the dark. That makes sense.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Yeah, alcohol. Hey guys, how's it going? Doing good, man. Hey guy.
Hidden in the fog? I'll shut up your big mouth once and for all.
Hi.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
Are you stupid or what? Even your captain told you not to stick your noses around here again.
This isn't your home, you bunch of sand crabs. We go where we want.
Hey, you'll get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Fighting.
Come on, can't we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard. You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't
Nothing
scare
for you
me.
here either.
What did he call
Beat
us
it.
just now?
I said you were a bilge rat. And even a poxed limpet.
Okay, they're just gonna insult each other. I don't think they're gonna fight.
What you're doing?
Don't think they're gonna fight. That's
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
Have you seen how old this thing is? If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
I know.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Listen.
There's
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
You can't understand.
I'm a
You're not.
spawn.
These wounds.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you...
These wounds. I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get us into
Make a
trouble.
path. No. Okay.
You can't understand.
Time for alcohol. 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 Man. Punch him. Like.
Hey, be careful.
Women.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing.
Yep.
You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
Okay.
I'm here for information.
Now give me the whiskey. I'm here for whiskey.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy.
One whiskey.
The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Psychology professional. Not
Her
thinking
vision.
it if it's true.
Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah.
You don't dare say a thing because you respect their memory. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a lot on your mind.
You're not a PI for nothing. Okay. I don't know what it's worth, though. But Mrs. Hawkins, she went to see her doctor very often.
She was sick.
Ah, I shouldn't have mentioned it to you. Forget it.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
Great.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
We really need to get you another drink, man. You're not friendly.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
A chanty, miraculous catch. The Siler returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Siler, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks and welcomed the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. When the sizes went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the citation that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of the perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
He laughed. My God.
Heard I didn't use any occult tactics for that. Hey man.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
The book? You talking about, do you have a necromantic one? You guys enjoying
You
yourself?
like our song?
Yeah!
We're true sirens.
Can I join in?
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I got the stream short today.
I bid you
I'm
farewell,
actually feeling
gentlemen.
tired, even though I'm
Good
taking
night,
energy drink right now.
stranger.
And I had a
So
short
long.
nap as well, like a half-hour nap. Should not be feeling tired. Do you more to talk?
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations.
Yeah, okay, there's a cursed book. Good to know, I want it. Get me that cursed book.
What you looking at, stranger?
Are you the provider of the alcohol?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
I mean, I was just wanting to drink with you. Yeah, I don't know why you were trying to go into the back room of us. It's not your place to go into.
He laughed. My God.
It's an asylum here. These guys are asylum staff. Okay.
We'll do it again, you know. Oh. The girl doctor. Colden. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Keep talking. Okay. Enough of that, I suppose. Let's go talk to this guy. He said he had documents for us. Hello. Oh. I've come through the wrong door, sorry.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. Is Cat the woman we just talked with? Potentially. Let me see. Guilds. I got a point available. Well, we're still going into Spot Hidden. Done. Oh yeah, right, we did get one for ending that chapter. Why Mitchell? Owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Why Mitchell wants the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows, more than anyone, the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate the establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about the source of liquor. Well, too late, I already asked. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks, looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has itself up there, and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Stranded Whale! The bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and is managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of the supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. The remarkable catch is what the locals call the last catch of the whalers. In 1847, although whalers were disappearing from the fishing zone of the Darkwater whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from the Times still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems to be alive, as if it was maintained by survivors. Except from the notebooks by Edward Pierce, private detective. Yeah, that might have a bit of an occult nature, considering it's in the occult part of the books. Ah, the second volume it teaches ethics and good practice of medical staff to medical staff. Neat. We'll just slowly progress our medical skill, I suppose. I mean, don't know when we will need it. Maybe that will be helpful keeping our sanity a little bit.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
This photograph of a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. I'm sure that is Captain Fitzroy.
What a macabre souvenir.
But he has traded one of his legs to the Eldritch Colt. Which is why he is evil.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
I found it. Okay. Let's not stand in the idiot.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Damn. Blackboards actually maintain their quality for that long that you can actually still tell for 70 years? Impressive.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done...
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the documents blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Someone who... you know... does occult shit. Maybe he was ordering occult stuff, you know? Join you on the deck. Why do I join you on the deck? Are you here?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Lockdown.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Oh.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla.
Ooh.
His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Yeah.
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Yeah,
are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, it's a bit too far to actually bring that up, honestly.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come, come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Oh, you at it.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Neat.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I mean, as far as we know...
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No. It was none
We're
of my
feel
business.
cold.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay, I guess they are done there now. And those guys are still fighting. Yeah, counterpoint. Give me more. I need to validate. Yep. What else? James Fitzroy. Occupation captain. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the Harbor Master's office, where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him, the bootleggers despite him. He offered to help me in my investigation.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
These wounds.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be horrible sea monsters that will come out of the waters and murder our entire families. Yeah, I don't think that is an investigation skill, but that is break-in skill.
Damnation! I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Damn it. Should have leveled up my investigation. Where are you? Saint Brenda.
St. Brendan. Patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Okay, did that get us occultism XP? No. Was the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of the Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before Saint Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. I would have probably been neat to get into there, but oh well. Thought I would bound it, but apparently not. Can't go up there. That looks like something for later, I suppose.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
What?
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
No.
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
Alcoholism, I mean,
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
oh, you're homeless.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
No.
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
Probably.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would
chugging an
kill
energy
each
drink here on
other.
the side, so you know.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Bye. Hope I can have a drink with you later. Because the bartender didn't give me one.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hit them. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
We want to get in there. We could pretend to work for a cat, potentially, to get in there. That's what I would
Where do you
try to
think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again?
No need.
Calm down, man. Okay, so we're not getting in through there. But I guess we could pretend to work for Cat to get through them.
This guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
That's what I would say.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
What's with you,
We saw you go die of thirst.
Cat.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile of the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Okay.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What other way could there be? I mean, we could always just, in theory, climb over there. These guys are not gonna help. They're homeless. Nothing here. This guy won't let us. Oh, shortcut.
You again?
No need.
will still not talk to me. Huh.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat.
Can you help me? I don't know what to go. I'm a bit bad at my job apparently. Nope, you're just fishing. Well, good luck catching anything in that water, mate. Maybe you'll catch a whale, eh? But those guys fucked off. Okay, maybe that's how. That could help. Hello?
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Spot hidden items allows you to detect items hidden in a close range. Once all these items are found, detection icon will appear. This lever activates the mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Ratchet device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without a risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Damn. That's a great ladder climbing animation, eh?
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Need more, though. I need, like, a gear. Cogwheel.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
I was just spamming E like an idiot. I didn't even see it. These are perception skills coming in helpful.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Please tell me I can do it with normal strength. Okay, thank God I can do. That would be a bit cool if it would, like... if I would have to check 2 skill checks, pass 2 skill checks to get in there. And both of them would have required me to level up the skill. Yeah, that should be all that is here, so... Since we can't seem to get anywhere else, I guess this is the way we need to go. Even though I would never ever go down here. Yep, exactly.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
What if I... Oh, it didn't blow up. I just saw a ton of smoke. That, potentially, a lot of smoke is prone to just blowing up. My first instinct was like, what if I take out my lighter? I am smart. Hello, squid. Oh, what? Oh. What the hell are you? Delusional investigator. They play on hallucination. Huh? Oh. We're attacked. Sanity. I'm still stable. Mental trauma. The submerged city. While investigating the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partly submerged tunnel that went under the docks. There, something took hold of his arm and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies, as well as an underground city. Pierce manages to make it back to the surface, to discover that, rather than a tentacle, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself under the arm. The vision, nevertheless, disturbed him by its clarity and its violence. Everything is fine, everything is happy, everything is fine, everything is happy, there is so much smoke here. I don't know why I had the courage to take out my... Oop.
This is primitive.
It's people with nets on boats trying to catch shit. I don't know where the occult part of that comes in. It's more like history.
Ugh, this place stinks.
I got a character point for that. Yeah, more perception. We'll level up perception to 4 and then we'll start on other skills. That's the goal right now.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Jump. Whee! Enter reconstruction scene. Hold. What? My eyes.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Apparently I don't know.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? It smells as bad as it looks.
Yeah, it really does not look great, does it? Ooh, medicine.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Yeah, painkillers were a pain to get aid.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
3 more.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Windows? I appreciate how I started looking around with my character. Like, I hear Windows noise and I was like, where's that coming from? Someone installed Windows in here? Really? I mean, I like Windows. I don't know why I react
Petit
negative.
Parisian. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
Okay, go back to hiding in our corner. Just in case. Okay. That's just a thing we can do, I suppose. Got a character point for that. Right? Yeah. More! I'm an expert in perception now. I got expertise.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
You! Don't move!
You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Strength professional. I am neither. Psychology.
It's clear
I
that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there. They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait.
It
I
worked!
know it.
We passed the
It was
skill
in the
check!
Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
Let's go!
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door?
Thank you,
Open your
Andrews.
eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Right, I was very
God
sneaky.
damn it. Her again.
Are you cat? Are you
This
cat?
case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you...
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
That is cat.
Who the
At least
hell are
subtitles
you?
confirm it.
What were you doing on my turf?
We talked earlier.
I've got my eye on you.
Alcohol.
We'll meet again.
I complimented you on the alcohol.
Is it far, this mansion?
Who's watching us?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be a
That's
tiny
the
bit
Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Driving, we got cars. Thank God we don't have to walk. Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. Oh wait, got nicht verfolgt. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Side of recent occupations was a partly charred painting. Interrupted in the searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. I assume there's a few ways to get here, because I already had to pass a skill check to make him do this. If I wouldn't have had psychology, I would have maybe failed it. Like, would I have someone else help me get here then? Would I have gotten somewhere else first? There are multiple ways to play this game. Hello. Still feeling tired though.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Starting to get a little bit better. I guess the energy is finally hitting in, but still. I guess we'll keep going.
The place has been
until
abandoned
8.
since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
What's that bad? No, I can't.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I keep getting pinged today. What is going on? Oh, so many pings today. What's going on? I'm actually trying to do my stream here. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. No important ping.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Who is Silas?
You're talking about Winchester.
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Really, I think.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them.
Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Can I save the game? No, I cannot. Damn it. Actually, the same game saves just now. Okay. I don't think there's anyone in chat right now. I don't think there's anyone watching. Because, well, there's nobody in chat at the very least. My viewer account says 1, which is always myself, so probably nobody here to watch, and I am feeling pretty goddamn tired for some reason. I can't figure out why. I had an energy drink before the stream because I was feeling tired. I'm having an energy drink right now because I'm feeling tired. I am still feeling tired. It's not helping. I did sleep a good amount today. I had a nap earlier. I don't get why I'm tired. Maybe it's because I'm sick. Maybe that's why. I did have a bit of a cold. Did have a few cold symptoms yesterday. Maybe I am sick. Maybe the cold is making me tired. Who knows? But since nobody appears to be here, and the game has just said that it's saved, and I guess 1.5 hours is not the worst streaming time for emergencies, I shall end the stream here. But unfortunately, we shall continue on Wednesday, or maybe I'll stream another day to make up for the fact that I cut it short today. We shall see. I like the premise so far. It's a lot of talking, not that much for me to say. The game is very thorough in describing everything. Because there was a bit of stuff to read. I'm still gonna continue this game. I like it. Oh, hi, cultists. But yes, how all of this continued, why the fuck that woman, the painter, died in a fire, why she had visions and all that, we shall find out the next few times probably, because this game is, I believe, around 7 to 8 hours. Hi Cthulhu, how's it going, buddy? Oh, that place looks lovely. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now before I spoil myself even further. Goodbye!